Go. So be thinking if you have anything you want to share about oils this week. I think I have had a little bit of a breakthrough in sleep. I've not continued with the whole sleep system, but I have continued. Dory, and glad you guys jumped on. Thanks for coming. I have continued with the Serenity diffuser. And I slept. I did something different last night that I've never done. I found some white noise to a little white noise machine, but you could do it on an app on your phone. I tried the app the night before, but then it only went for 6 hours and I woke up as soon as it stopped. But last night when I used my little sound machine, I slept for 9 hours and I just don't usually do that. And I slept so deep and dreamed through it all. And I thought, so there's another tip for you to maybe use some white noise, rather it's an app on your phone. This little machine was $20, but it has lots of options. You can choose the white noise you want. You can put the volume up and down, and then you just push it on. And when I wake up in the morning, I turned it off. So my daughter's here with her baby and she uses that for her baby. I thought that's a whole nother idea for littles to help them.
Did you get it from Amazon?
Yeah, I get everything from Amazon. They get half my money.
Yeah.
It's just so.
And doTERRA the other hand.
Yeah. Yep, that's the way it goes. So it's just funny that there's they just seem to have the quick way to get what you want on Amazon. And I am a comparison shopper. I'll still compare, but quite often you can get it cheaper and have some variety there. So it works out great. That's my story for the week. Anybody else have an oil story for something that's working well for them this week?
I can share that. I went to the dentist. Okay, so I've been doing the, what is it called? Collagen little packets.
Yeah, MetaPower Advantage.
And my multivitamins kind of thing. But I went to the dentist Monday morning.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Did you hear that pop?" And I'm like, kind of, sort of, maybe, like, do I really want to hear a pop when I'm like getting my teeth cleaned? It was like, but she meant like a little electrical, like a little discharge, electrical discharge kind of thing. I was like, yeah, I said I did. She goes, that's because of your collagen. She goes, you've got really good collagen all around. And I was like, me too. How is that possible? But
I told you 9 kinds of marine collagen. It's affecting your whole body, Sylvia.
So I was like, oh, okay. I was wondering where it was.
Isn't that awesome? Well, I'm sure you're getting help in other ways too. I have noticed when people decide not to take it, that it takes them about a week or two before they start to notice what they were missing. So yeah, I'm so proud of you. I feel like our bodies as they're aging need the extra collagen protein that we get from that. So very thankful. Great story. Anyone else have something they want to share this morning? Yeah.
Just a fun win of having the oils around when our family needs them, even when they don't like use them all the time. They believe in them and they like them. But, I do a lot with emotions with the oils. And my daughter that's living with us, after she was downstairs working, she works from home. And she came up and she says, "Today I need an oil." I says, "Okay, I'll be right there." And went down and did the oil processing with her. And she picked one out. And she came out later that day and says, it made all the difference. And so she's been using it for the last 3 days. Well, today's the 3rd day, but I went down there and it's still in the diffuser. And it was such a huge win for me.
So the diffuser was one way to use it. Would you mind giving a short version on when you say process of figuring out?
Thank you.
Help her?
Oh,
yes.
Well, each of you should like get on with me so I can help you do a whole thing of it. So the simple short answer, what I did with her was there's this emotions wheel, and you identify, do you want to feel more of something or less of something? And so she chose one of them. And so I went through, actually I handed her the wheel because she was in a stable enough place that she could do the wheel by herself. there's other ladies that I have to go through all the words because they're not even able to concentrate on the word, but you'll be shocked at how fast that they get out of it when they're even that low. So anyway, I gave her and she identified some of them. And so I wrote them down. And then there's a book that goes with it. So like bergamot was one that really stood out to her. And so I got the book out and she read the 3 top ones that kind of stood out to her of the oils. And bergamot resonated with her for what she was needing at that time. So we got it out, and you can use it in several different ways. If it's one you can take internally, you can put a drop in on your tongue, which bergamot is one. And almost like 99% of all of the oils you can take internally. There's very, very few that you can't. And then you can also apply it topically. And so I had her do that. I says, just put this on where you're feeling that pain or that feeling. And so she, I think she put it on her chest. I don't remember what one, but then the other one is diffusing, which is a powerful, because when you're so low that you don't know what else to do, put it in your diffuser, and it just changes the whole mood of the room.
So it does
it's
take
powerful.
an emotions wheel and emotions book, but we also have a short little card that kind of
There's that
just
too.
lists a few things that you could address. And that's a simple thing to share with you just to get the beginnings of ideas. I love somebody texted me this morning and said, I need help with phlegm. And you know, I was able to send back and go, okay, well, you can try cardamom, you can try lemon, you can try breathe, you can try frankincense, you can try this. And she said, oh, I have a couple of those. I can try that. And that's the thing. There's lots of oils.
Clara, let's
for
go.
things that we go through. So I love-
what's the short card that you
Yeah.
referenced there?
Jolene's got it. And if you don't, Jolene, I've got it and I'll send it to you. You can get it to Anne, but I'm happy to send that to
I'll
everybody.
send it to you, Anne. I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great little list. It is. And Sonia, so glad you're here. Woohoo! So fun to see you. All right, we're going to get started with class today. And we're going to talk about the skin. I'm going to share my screen a little bit. I like to see your faces, so I'm not always sharing the screen. But there's so much great information when we talk about naturally helping our skin. So we're going to talk about just generally know that these oils are safe to put on your skin. So when we put oils, I'm gonna mute people just a little bit. Don't take offense, just having a, let's see. Participants. Okay, mute, there we go. Now we can unmute yourself if you want to talk. That will be great. And we've got safe oils to put on our skin. Our skin is the biggest organ on our entire body. If you're what's that show called? Doctor Who. I used to watch Doctor Who, and there was an episode where there was just this character that was skin that was pinned on this outer edge, and it was it was the first time I went, oh my goodness, that's a lot of skin. Our skin, we have so much skin. It's our largest organ, and we do affect it. We affect it by what we put on it and by what we put in our bodies. So what we're going to be talking about is safe and effective natural ways, and you're going to find out why they're so affordable. All right. This week when I had skin on my ear was itching. I have hearing aids now, and my ear on my left side was itching, and I started to feel sick. I started to feel sore throat. When I get a sore throat, I take my On Guard roller and I roll it here repeatedly. I have a spray where I put On Guard, clove, and cinnamon in, and I spray it down my throat. And then as I went to bed night before last, I sucked on an On Guard lozenge. So I had a few cents worth of stuff. And when I woke up the next morning, I was fine. My ear still itched a little bit. So I put a little bit of helichrysum on a Q-tip and put it around the ear just because I happen to have that one handy. And perfectly fine. I know I had that sore throat for a day. It was hurting. I thought, I'm getting sick. It's the beginning. Here we go. And I was able to nip it in the bud, and it went away. These are safe, effective, and affordable, and we are blessed to have them. Got to remember to go back to the screen. Okay. So we're going to talk about different ways of using them. Aromatically is not going to be helping your skin as much. I mean, it can help your mood and everything else. But topical, we're going to talk a lot today because topical is going to be putting it on your skin. And then we're going to be talking of things that you can do internal as well. Skin facts. Skin is your largest organ. What you put on your skin is in the bloodstream in 30 seconds. Your skin filters what's there, and many times things come out on your skin. If you're allergic, you might get a rash. If you have gut imbalances, food intolerances, your skin can be affected because of what the good skin is an inside out process. When you have things going into your body that are not healthy, it can come out through your skin. And when I had the pest control guy, I've told the story a few times, so forgive me, but it's such a great resemblance, helping us understand the bloodstream in 30 seconds. Pest control guy putting his little spray around the edges of my house to keep the pests away. This is about probably 15 years ago. I was in bare feet, and right after he sprayed it, I stepped in it. And it's wet when he first sprays it. And I stepped in it, and I immediately tasted something foul on my tongue. And I just went, oh, that poison he puts down is now in my whole body. Literally, I tasted it. Foul taste within seconds. And so when I say what you put on your skin is in your bloodstream in 30 seconds, I know that's true. I know it's true, and we have to be careful what we put on our skin. The hardest thing for me is when my grandchildren and my children who don't really go for the oils are using products on the hair, which gets into the skin, on the body, lotions, and I'm hugging my grandbabies and going, oh, I can hardly handle the smell of the perfumes and the things that are in their products. It breaks my heart, but slowly bringing them around. And how important is it that what we put on our bodies is not, as our body's trying to filter it. Can you imagine everything we put on our body and our body's trying to filter? Let's not take the bad stuff. Let's filter out the bad stuff and only take the good stuff. Well, let's not put our bodies through that. Let's just use the good things on our body. So we're going to talk about some of those good things to put on our body. What does your skin say? Skin health is an inside out process. Your skin can tell you a lot about your health. I love this picture. You might want to take a picture of it, and where it talks about all the places on your body. It's kind of like reflexology of your feet and your hands, where they say different parts of your hands or your feet affect different parts of your body. So the face is the same. There's different places. The stomach is here. The lungs are here. The heart is right here. So I love this picture. And then this quote by Sophia Loren, because I'm sure that she is the authority on this. She says, though, the mirror of your health is your skin. If you drink, it shows in your face. If you eat the wrong foods, you have pimples. If you take care of your food and you lead a healthy life, your skin will look wonderful. Well, that's sweet of her to say. It's not always perfectly wonderful, but it is going to benefit and support how it looks. So skin food, here's some great things that we can eat that help our skin from the inside out. Water, best thing we can do. Drink lots of water, have plenty of moisture and water in your body that can help. Eat a diet right in omega-3 essential fatty acids. Nuts are great in vitamin E, eggs, veggies, dark leafy greens, and mushrooms. I look at that list. Does anybody else look at that list and go, yeah, nope, nope, nope? I think we all do that. There's some things we love and some things we don't. But I was actually happy to look at the list. I'm not an avocado person. I can tolerate it. But I pretty much like everything else that's on the list. And I know that those are healthy things, and I eat them on a regular basis. So might be just aware, if you're working on your skin health, to start by eating healthy foods. All right. We must be proactive in our skin health. Routine is key. And of course, we want to use natural products. We want to cleanse, exfoliate, hydrate, use SPF when we're going out in the sun, and get enough sleep. I have a funny story about exfoliate. In 20 years ago, was writing a musical play with a friend of mine, and she had one of the characters say, it's so important to exfoliate. And I turned to her as I was writing the notes for me type, and I turned to her and I said, I have no idea what that is. I can just remember not knowing what the word exfoliate meant. And I'm 61. So I you know what? I was probably about 38 or 40 at the time. Yeah, about 20 years ago. And I still didn't know what exfoliate meant. So I'm coming to realize the dead skin cells all over our body need to be brushed off, rubbed off, moved off, give our skin a chance to regenerate in a healthy fashion. So cleansing is great. Those little brushes that you can buy for in the shower, or what are they called? What's another way of calling something you exfoliate with? Is it like it's not a sponge, it's a netty kind of ball? I don't know. What is it, Sylvia?
Loofah? The loofah?
Loofah. Thank you. That's what it's called. A loofah. So if you are able to do that on your legs, on your arms, on your face, all these places that give us a chance to help the dead skin go away so that healthier skin can come out. Exfoliate is important. So how often do we need to do all this routine? Every day. Who does it every day? Who takes care of their skin every day? I'm hoping you do. Do you take care of your skin every day? It's
My
really
face,
important.
not my
Yes.
arms and legs.
Yes. And I think I would say the same thing. I'm like, okay, everybody sees my face. My face needs to be what I take care of. And I do take care of my face, but I don't take time to exfoliate the rest of my body or put lotion on the rest of my body. I know a lot of people that do put lotion on, and doTERRA lotion and other products on their legs and arms. And I will put the SPF on if I'm going out in the sun, but yeah, mostly I take care of my face. We're going to talk about some great suggestions here. Let's go back to the screen. And when we talk about things to avoid, we're going to avoid chemicals, dyes, fragrances, and preservatives that are in a lot of other products. You're going to avoid, hopefully, smoking, alcohol, poor food choices, and poor skincare routine. Those are going to make us age faster. I know we've all seen somebody who looks older than they are. And quite often, I would say some of these things come into play. And those who look younger than they are, I think, are probably people who have avoided some of these things. Either that or they were really blessed with good skin to begin with. So, and I think I'm one of those people too. But when I have lost a lot of weight, like I'm 100 pounds less than I used to be, but I've also been 50 pounds less than I am now, I actually look really withdrawn. And I think the fat under our skin helps it look healthier too. So it's interesting. It's like, do I want to be skinny? Do I want to look healthy? I don't know. Of course I want to be skinny. I always want to be skinny. All right, we're going to talk about redness. Redness comes from a variety of things, but most are rooted in inflammation. And I'm going to give you a lot of suggestions on products. So be ready to take some screenshots if you want some help with these different areas. Recommended products are Yarrow Palm, Correct X, frankincense, and helichrysum. If you're having redness, these are great things that you can topically put on your skin. Wouldn't hurt to take some of these things internally as well. There's a Yarrow Palm supplement that you can take. Super healthy, has Melissa in it and a lot of great things. So if redness is something you're dealing with, there's some answers. If you have scars, this is some great suggestions. There's even a scar blend here. This might be cheaper than Immortelle. We're going to talk about Immortelle in a minute, but scars usually fade. However, if we can use some of these oils that are best for skin and scars, then the scars will fade faster and your skin can heal quicker. I have a dear friend who tried to commit suicide. This was probably about 8 years ago. And she had done it many times, and she had many scars on her arms. And she had had a really bad episode. I didn't know her that well. She was actually a neighbor. And I asked her if I could come visit her. And she let me come visit her. We got to know each other. And she was just trying to come out of a really tough time. And I said, maybe you need to go for a walk once a day. Would you let me? We could go for a walk together. She said, you would be seen with me. She was just feeling really down about herself and all that she'd been through. And I said, of course, let's go for a walk. So we went for a walk every week for probably almost a year. She got to know me well. And of course, I talked essential oils all the time because that's my life. And she finally asked if I had anything that she could use for the scars on her arms. Of course, she always wore sleeves all the way up to here. And I said, Immortelle. Immortelle is the oil that doTERRA has put a lot of the best skin products in. And so she enrolled buying an Immortelle, and funny thing happened. It's kind of an expensive roller. And when she got her one item, I'm sitting there helping her open it up to show her just what it looks like. And we took the lid off, and the roller ball on the roller went clunk and fell off. And I was like, she only ordered one product. And it's just sad because doTERRA has great quality, and that was unusual. We immediately called the company and said what happened, and they immediately sent her out a second bottle with no questions asked. She got 2 bottles for the price of one. I was so thankful it happened. We put it back on, and I gave her a little essential oil key like this, because you can use this part right here to wiggle the roller off, and she could put her other one back in and make good use of her 2 bottles of Immortelle. It did not take long. It took about 6 months, and she started wearing shorter sleeves because the Immortelle was helping her scars on her arms so much that she felt comfortable. And that's kind of a long story, but it's important to realize if we're consistent with the oils, they are going to help even some of the worst scars and problems that we have.
How often were you having her apply it?
When something's chronic, you do it often. And I suggested morning and night, and that's what she did. So if you've got something really chronic, like the friend who just mentioned phlegm to me on the phone this morning, I suggest do it 5 times a day. If you're sick and you're dealing with phlegm, you do something 5 times a day to take care of it. It's natural. It's not going to hurt to use it and use it and use it. If it's something I'm doing for a preventative measure, like I put lemongrass on my knees for my ligaments and deep blue on my knees and my back, I do it daily. I do a tiny pea-sized drop daily because preventatively I'm wanting to help support those areas. So I would suggest that with any of the oils. If it's chronic and it's a big deal, you use it many times a day. Jolene, is that what you usually say? Yeah. Okay. Many times a day. And then when it's calmed down and you want it to stay away, like my husband with his kidney stones, put lemon in the water. It's more preventative. Let's do that every day and try and keep things detoxified. And
I was gonna say, Shaleen,
Yeah.
I had my major surgery, my
yeah,
reconstruction and all that, and I do mine 3 times a day. My Immortelle and my scars look really, you know what my scars look like.
yeah.
So I had major scars. So, and they're faded really well. So
Isn't that great? It's just such a good feeling. I actually put a sign where I change my clothes every day that that I'm thankful for the body I have and that I'm thankful for the scars because they show that I've been through a lot. So I was just rereading that this morning. I don't stop to read it very often. But as I reread it, I thought of all the scars that I have too. And I have a few. And it's a great feeling to know that they look as good as they could possibly look. So give yourself a chance with these wonderful oils if you have scars that you need to worry about. All right, we're going to go back to the screen. And we're going to move on to breakouts. If we as older people don't usually have as many breakouts, but once in a while we do. If you're a younger person, it's great to use HD Clear, Melaleuca. Rose is a great one, but Rose is expensive, but oh, it's a great one. There's a whole acne blend here that you can use, but the HD Clear that you're looking at, that roll-on, is actually a blend of oils that are good for acne. And I would suggest putting a finger on the roller and tapping where you need help and using another finger. I would just try and not get the oils from your face into the roller by using the roller on the face. It's one of the only times I really suggest that. The oils in there are antibacterial and probably wouldn't have any problem, but it's just a good suggestion. So I have another spot of brown spots. That's more my age, starting to get brown spots on my hands. And it's got a great age spot blend right there. I use Yarrow Palm every day on mine. I feel like they haven't gotten any worse. But when I was preparing to teach this class, I thought, I probably ought to make up a roller ball with those oils in it to work on the few brown spots I have. It would be nice to have my hands stay a little bit younger looking, but that might be something you want to use when you have brown spots that are caused by aging, sun exposure, or other pigmentation. Then
You
we
said
have-
yarrow palm, but that wasn't even on the list on the slide.
I know, that's because I was just telling you that's what I do, and now I see that list, and so there's lots of options. Yarrow Palm is a
Okay.
great one for the skin. It's just one I've chosen to use, but I saw that list and went, I may start using that and trying that to see if I can improve the spots that I have.
Shailene, would you recommend this for the face?
Yes, definitely.
Daytime? Or are there
Definitely.
sun sensitive ones?
No, let me see. Nope, you shouldn't have any problem. It's only the citrus that we have a hard time being out in the sun. And so
Okay, then I
should
need
be
to make
okay.
one of these for
Yep.
my face.
Yep. So citrus is the sun will just kind of add to the citrus if we put that on our face. That's the one we have to be careful of going out in the sun. Thank you for that, Sylvia. That was great. Okay, so as we age, here's another aging blend. They've included Immortelle here, and this is interesting because this blend has a whole half bottle of Immortelle in it. I cannot imagine the cost of this blend. So I will be honest, this slide is wow. I see that and go, that would really be if money didn't matter and they wanted to just use the absolute best. I would think this recipe is the absolute best you could possibly do for your skin. You've got myrrh, frankincense, and neroli that are just powerhouses, and Immortelle is a blend of powerhouses. So really, really great suggestions there for our skin. And then we're nearing the end, and we've got our lifelong vitality. I would say that encompasses so many things, physical and emotional, and then to think about the help it is for our skin from the inside out. We're getting healing, protecting, and revitalizing our skin. I know MetaPower is doing it too. I don't have a slide of MetaPower right here, but MetaPower Advantage with the collagen that Sylvia was talking about, to me, that is the epitome of good care for the skin. These are the basics: lifelong vitality and the MetaPower Advantage. And I mentioned the Yarrow Palm supplement. This is the one that has here grapeseed, vitamin C are essential for collagen production. Melon enhances glowing skin. So that Yarrow Palm supplement that they have is excellent for your skin. Terrazyme, I love
Really?
that. Yes.
So I have to put my plug in for Yarrow Palm. Like all the stuff that you're saying is really powerful with it. Where I see the biggest difference for me, and it's like physical and like constant, being diabetic, break out with sores all over, with no reason, type of a thing. But when I'm regularly taking that, I have almost no sores popping up. It's that supportive to my skin internally. And so that one is, sometimes I slack off on it, trying, we all go through that kind of stuff. And then I go, oh, where did that come from? And I go, oh, how long has it been since I put that in, taking twice a day, which is what I usually do, is twice a day, but even just once a day, it will help maintain that a whole lot.
So I think what you're talking about, Jolene, like I'll put my lifelong vitality in here, and then I'll do my Terrazyme. And then I decide, am I doing my PB Assist every day? Am I doing my turmeric? Am I doing my Yarrow Palm? I kind of trade off on some of those so that I'm not taking it all the time. And it's important for us to experiment and see what our body needs. And yours obviously really needs the Yarrow Palm. All right, we're really almost done. I'm going to share this last little bit with you. It's such good information. So thanks for sticking with us. So Terrazyme supports a proper elimination chimney. And I love that way that puts it. Terrazyme breaks down the food we eat, gives us the best chance of getting the good from the food we eat, as well as eliminating quickly and efficiently the worst from what we eat. It also calms angry red skin. I have friends with eczema. They say Terrazyme is the answer. So get that gut cleaned out with Terrazyme. It will help your skin. PB Assist, we've got the new Restore now, balances bacteria, smooths our gut inflammation, and drink water. Okay, last little thing we're going to talk about is the 3 different kinds of skincare lines. I cannot tell you I use all these things. I don't. And I know it's a little tricky to say, well, what do you suggest? I'm only going to tell you what I use, but you might see something here and say, oh my goodness, I want to try that. Because the Virage line will have the toner and it will have the lotion and it will have the moisturizer. And I love the one on the left. I use the Virage moisturizer every day. And then they have this line for the youth, which is HD Clear, which really helps support the skin that is suffering from acne. And even many adults get a lot of support from that. And then they have this skincare line that is a complete skincare line. I've used all of these products. I use the facial cleanser every day, and I use the tightening serum periodically. I use the invigorating scrub. I use the brightening cream, but my favorite is the one on the right. And I brought this one down from my desk from my sink upstairs to show you. It's called the Anti-Aging Eye Cream. It's got a little, let me go back to not sharing. We're almost done, so I can show this to you. It's got a little metal ball at the top. And then it's got this little point where you squeeze down and then the lotion comes out just around the metal ball. So you are actually having this cool metal ball, apply the oil here, the lotion here. And then I use my 4 fingers and I move it in. My skin around my eyes, I've been using this for probably about 4 or 5 years every day. The skin around my eyes feels tender and beautiful. It feels like it is healthy. And I truly credit this. It's one of my favorite skin products for you. There's so many other things we could do to help our skin, avoiding pollution where you can, avoiding perfumes, just all the toxicity we can let go of in our lives will help and bless you and your skin. Anything else to add, Jolene? Anything that you can think of that I missed?
No,
Okay.
that was great.
All right. Such great information. And I really appreciate y'all being here. I have next Monday on the schedule, Jolene will be teaching us about stress, sleep, and emotions. And I bet she could do a whole 30-minute class on each one of those individually. So I know the whole class is going to be fantastic. She is an emotions guru. And I know that she's going to give us some great suggestions for stress and sleep in our lives too. So we'll hope to have y'all here. And the word of the day? Skin. I guess we're making that tough on y'all. Okay. Thanks so much for coming and being here, and bring a friend next time. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks.